Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson, you're watching Nature Nell, and if you're just stopping by for the first time, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button because you're in for a parade of orchids for the rest of the year. I have so many great things lined up, like this show today, which is the mostly anticipated haul from Krull-Smith. This weekend was amazing. Amazing. We took a trip, my partner and I. We met Laz over there. If you guys don't know Laz, check out the last two videos I put out. He's my buddy, my partner in crime, and all three of us were out there shopping for the most amazing orchids and other things that are not orchids that I kind of like just picked up along the way. I want to thank everyone that went up to me to say hello. This time, I gotta say, there was a lot of you that I met, and I was so happy to meet all of you. It was such a great weekend. You guys make it so special when you come talk to me. And I know that I have to learn to like 5 minute a person because I tend to hang out and talk a little too much. And then what happens is I don't get to film, I don't get to shop, and I don't give other viewers the opportunity to talk. So I'm still learning this whole thing, but either way, I love talking to you guys. I love hearing from you guys. It's so awesome when I actually put a face to the people who leave comments on my board. So I love it. I'm having a great time with this. So thank you guys so much for making my channel possible, for increasing my subscription, for increasing my views. This makes me make this channel better and better and better. And that's why every episode you'll always see something different or better that I'm trying out, because I want to bring something new and exciting for you guys. So I'm not going to be too chatty because I know I can be. Let's go look at that great haul. All right, everyone, we're going to start where I always like to start, in my What's in Bloom, only this is the haul. So we're going to start with, let's start here on the top. Check out this beautiful little vanda. This is the only vanda that I actually purchased the entire weekend. There was some really pretty ones, but I wanted something more compact, more mini, and I actually got this one at Pam's Orchids in Bloom. Here's the name. And she had a couple of these. I think I paid, I can't remember, I think I paid $35 for this, which I love it because it already comes in this nice little mount, ready to set up, easy peasy. And I just had to have it. And Pam was so sweet, she helped me pick it out because there was like 2 or 3 that were in bloom, and I was like, you know, I like when they're in spike, but I'll take in bloom because to do the haul, it's always much nicer to show you guys, you know, the actual flower instead of putting an inset. And what I usually do is I'll film, as soon as I get home, I'll film the flowers in case by the time I do the haul, the flowers don't look too fresh. I can inset, you know, the way it looked when I first bought it. But this one's holding on really well. I love that it has this long little curly back end here. And I heard that what pollinates this is a moth that has a very long, I guess you call it tongue. I don't know. I'm not a specialist in moth, but I have seen documentaries where there's moth that actually stretch and they go in there, and that's how they pollinate, which I find that so interesting, that nature is so in unison with its pollinators. You know, it's just incredible. So that was my first one. Now we're going to start down here. Okay. This right here, you know what? I'll probably do all the ones that I got at Pam's first. Now this Dendrobium, which I'm sure you guys have seen these Dendrobiums before. I really wanted to get these because, first of all, Pam had a great deal. She had 3 for $40. And I just love that. If you go back to the video, you'll see I love the purple on this. Well, don't tell me we're going to have focusing problems today. We just started. I love the purple on this. And I'm starting to have my Dendrobium fever now. You know, I'm really appreciating the beauty behind them. And this one, if you can see, oh yeah, we're gonna have focusing problems today. And it's pretty bright out, so maybe this one will focus, yeah. I just love the shape of this. And this, believe it or not, we have a tag. And that's the other thing I loved, that all her dendrobiums had tags. Dendrobium Caesar red. And it's not really red. It's a very, very deep plum purple. Of course, the film never shows the proper tones and colors. I was just leaving a comment on Ninja Orchid, because she left a post saying that she was trying to make the color more vibrant on her to show the actual color, but it never does. It's pretty hard. Now, the third one that I got is this beauty right here, because I figure, hey, 3 for $40, might as well take advantage of the deal. Look at that color. It's just so pretty. It's like a lemon lime. Oh, it's just so pretty. And this one too has a tag. This is Dendrobium Caesar Green. So Caesar is a very popular name for the Dendrobiums this weekend. And look how beautiful that is. Let me see, now that I have the camera here. Oh yeah. They're just so pretty. They're underrated because you here in Miami you see them so much, and they're pretty much everywhere. But they're still beautiful. Now this one, I've been wanting to get this for a while. I love this combination of this pure white and purple tongue. It is just so pretty, and the contrast, I don't know, the contrast is just perfect. And this one, do we have another Caesar? No. This one is Dendrobium Wong Leng. And I got all 3 of these at Pam's nursery, which, by the way, she is such a sweetheart. She was so cool. She was so concerned. She goes, I never get to talk to you. I'm always so busy and I feel bad. So she was making sure, she goes, I know I'm busy, but I'm gonna take some time for you. So she helped me pick out some orchids and things like that. But she is a very busy woman. She has a huge facility. You guys gotta see it on my day one. It is so massive and so impressive. I was like lost in there. And right next to it is another one from Pam's. Now this was at the very end, the last day. We were about to leave. I was about to pay, and I saw this Phiaus. It was a sample. They didn't have the actual orchids there for sale. She told me she had sold out. And she says, you know what? I'll let you take this one, which again, thank you, Pam. That was very sweet. So I actually got the sample. That's the name. She told me it's a special type of Phiaus. It's not very commonly found. And I do believe that because I've never seen it. And look at this, how pretty. Look at the underside. How white that is. And then you go into the center and it has a little bit of yellow. I am totally in love with this flower. And Phiauses do very well here in my ranch. It's perfect temperature. If you guys want one of these, what you need to do is water it. If you want to keep one of these, that's what I'm saying. If you want to learn how to keep these, just water them a lot. Notice it's on sphagnum moss. And it's very moist. And they love it. And look, we have one spike here, another one there, and then this one that's still opening. So this is definitely a very strong plant that does bloom a lot. So I am so happy that she was able to give me the sample, because usually the samples, they really are the cream of the crop, as I call it, because they're so beautiful. They're in full bloom. They have more spikes. So I got really lucky with this one. Now we're gonna go straight up here. Now this I am gonna have to put a photo or a video of this. Now, you guys that saw the video, you probably knew that I was going to get this. Yes, the Renanthera Coulson Midas Kiss. This was the orangey yellow, beautiful Renanthera that was at Krull-Smith when it just stopped me on my tracks, and I was, guys, I need to have this. Well, the following day, they actually put out some for sale, and that's what I paid for. It's a little bit of a steep price, but my God, is that so worth it. It's such a great flower, not commonly seen as well. And, you know, it's like Laz always says, I don't have that one. Right next to it, here comes my Bulbophyllum obsession now. I am going to inset, because this one's already on its way out. I did take a video when I brought it home. It had a bunch of flowers, but it's on its way out. It's a Bulbophyllum Rothschildianum, which I believe, if I am correct, these are one of Frank's favorite Bulbophyllums. Anything with Rothschildianum, he seems to like a lot. Here, let me see if I can get a fresh one. Yeah, this one's fresh. Look how pretty that is, guys. And look, the little tongue moves. And yes, for you guys that didn't know, that's a trigger. So when the bug goes in there, the tongue pulls it in. The trigger, I guess, pulls the bug in. It fills them with pollen, and when the bug leaves, it pollinates when it goes to another flower. But see, it's already, but it was so pretty when I first got it. And I only paid $35 for this, guys. It was a great deal. Now, next to it, I don't have a tag, but I do know what this is. This is an Encyclia cochleata. And what I loved about this, besides the fact that it has so many blooms, is that the purple inside is way more solid than your regular cochleata. It had more of a deeper purple. It just stood out compared to the rest of the ones that were there. And I did have one a while back. I had it for a couple of years, and something happened to it. I think I had left it out. It was raining way too much, and it died of root rot, unfortunately. So that's why I have this one under this roof. So I have full control of the water that hits it, and that way we won't repeat that disaster again, because she was one of my favorite. She would bloom every year for a very long time, multiple spikes, and it was very sad when I lost her. I couldn't believe it. And when she went fast. It wasn't like I had time to save her. But look how beautiful these colors are. I'm so in love with this one. It's like a painting. They look like little octopi, like a little octopus. Now, right next to it, I'm super excited because it opened today, or yesterday actually. I've been wanting to get this, and Julian reminded me. Bulbophyllum pingtongensi, which I thought the name was hilarious. But look, it has one little bulb there ready to open, another one coming out, and this one just opened. And they remind me of those Dutch slippers. They're like clogs. But look at that, how cute. And yes, it does have a little bit of a stinky fragrance. It doesn't smell very good. Let me see. Let me do it. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, it's ripe. It has that, I don't know, that rotten smell, but it's so faint. I mean, you have to stick your nose right up to it. It's not one of those things that is going to stink up your greenhouse. None of my Bulbophyllums stink up my greenhouse. And you know, I get every time I buy Bulbophyllums from Krull-Smith, I get them this size. Guys, it's incredible in a year how big they get. I did repotting yesterday for my old Bulbophyllums that I bought about a year and a half ago. And I kid you not, they're like 6 times the size of that. So they're fast growers. Now, right next to it, if you guys saw the video of the gift I gave Laz for his birthday, I gifted him this same Bulbophyllum. It's the Louise Sander. Hold on. Come on now. Nope, it won't do it. Come on, iPhone. There we go. Good boy. Bulbophyllum Louise Sander, Dendrobium. And this is a new one. I have not seen this in their collection. I paid $45 for this. And I kept the tags just so I could remember, because honestly, I can't remember what I paid for them by the time I get them here. And what I love about these is look how long. It's got some new bulbs ready to open. But look how long they're, I guess they're petals, right? What would you call those? Tentacles, I call them. They're really, really long. And I love the fact that it blooms profusely like that. It has multiple spikes. So this was one of the very first ones I picked up at Krull-Smith. I felt that it was one that was going to go really fast. They only had 3 on the shelf. So I didn't know which one to pick. So I picked a 3, took it in the back, called Julian and asked him, what do you think? And so we ended up picking this one and another one for Laz. And then of course I put the other one back. So somebody else can get it. Now this just opened today. This was one that Julian said, you need this in your life. And I was like, okay. I had no idea what it was going to look like. And it's $35. By the way, Julian, for you guys that are just tuning in for the first time, he works for Krull-Smith. He is like Frank's right-hand man, and the man is a dictionary of orchids. And this is the one, Bulbophyllum Mastercianum, crossed with Bulbophyllum frostii. And look how pretty these flowers are. I kid you not, yesterday these flowers were completely closed. Really, really pretty. For some reason, I thought that the petals stay closed, but I guess not. I guess they do open like that. That's very interesting. Because I did look online and they didn't look open like this. They look more closed. All right, let's see what else. I don't want to miss anything because, you know, I get excited. Oh yeah, right here. Now I don't have, for these, I don't have any blooms, but I do have pictures. Jim Clarkson. And I will put the inset there of photos. This one was another one that they had beautiful blooms in the greenhouse, but I didn't see any for sale with blooms. So I ended up taking this one. Julian picked it out for me. I told him, pick me one that has a spike so I can hopefully show the flower, but none of them had spikes. But he did get me a beautiful one. I mean, the leaves on this are, look at that. Just luscious. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. It's very regal. The yellow is super, super intense. And they bloom, from what he told me, they bloom all year round and a lot. So we're gonna wait for this puppy to start blooming for us. All right. Now here is another Bulbophyllum. Now this one is, and I also have photos of this. It's a Bulbophyllum gutulatum. These names. And again, I have an inset for this, but I don't have it in bloom. And it's another one of those that I really wanted. I'm seeing these little bugs crawling on my leaves. I have no idea what they are. This was one on my wish list. And I'm so glad that he was able to get me this one, because I almost forgot about it. And towards the end, he was like, oh yeah, that's this and this. And I was like, I need that. One more Bulbophyllum. Or should I say Bulbophyllum? You know, when I speak really fast, I'm Cuban, guys, so I'm going to have an accent. And when I do speak really fast, I mispronounce things. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. If you guys are having problems understanding me, please let me know in the comments. I'll speak slower. But when I'm filming out there in these shows, you know, everything is so fast that perfection is not something that's going to happen. So I will try to pronounce them as perfectly as possible, but if I say Bulbophyllum, well, it is a Bulbophyllum at that moment. So here's another Bulbophyllum. Benandishkii red crossed with Bulbophyllum cubahens. Now this, my friends, nobody knows what it's going to be. Okay, that's, by the way, I have two here. There's one here and another one here. I just put them here in this pot so they wouldn't fall. And this is a Bulbophyllum virescens crossed with the Bulbophyllum cubahensis. These are experiments that they're doing over at Krull-Smith, and nobody knows what the flower is going to look like. I, for one, love the leaves. I think they're beautiful. They have a great texture and they're so shiny. I'm really loving the leaves. So this is going to be a surprise. I'm going to show you what the crosses are. That way you guys can see. I'll put it here on my screen, but I can't wait, and I couldn't let go of this opportunity. Each one was $45. Each one of the, here, I'll pull them apart so you guys can see. Oh my God, they're already becoming twinsies. So that's one, and that's the other. This one's way bigger. I got a really nice size on this one because these are all about to start blooming. So whatever this is, whatever it turns out to be, it's going to be a surprise for everyone, for Krull-Smith, for myself, and I think even for the plant, because it's just a spectacular cross and we just don't know how it's going to turn out. All right, so I'm not going to attempt to put that back with the phone in my hand because I don't want to destroy. Okay, let me see if I have anything else that I brought and I'm forgetting. No, I think I have everything except, oh wait, okay, yeah, as far as orchids, we're done. Guess what I got? Is that not the coolest anthurium? And I know you guys are probably thinking I paid an arm and a leg for this. Well, at night, on Saturday night, Krull-Smith has a barbecue for the judges and the vendors for the American Orchid Society, and also the vendors that were at the show. And Frank was really nice to invite us over for the barbecue. I had a great time meeting so many people. And I didn't know they were going to have an auction. They actually have an auction there during the barbecue. And so they had orchids and they had anthuriums. And this is when I took the opportunity to bid on an anthurium, which I had this at hand at the booth. Here's the name of it, in case you guys want to know. Regular price is $70. And I think this was one of their least expensive ones. Everything else was in the hundreds. And I bidded, I think I got this one for $55. That was my final bid, which wasn't too far from the actual price. But you know what? It's so much fun. I had never done a plant auction, and this was my first. And I got to tell you, it was so exciting. So what I'm going to do, and they told me that the leaf gets about 4 feet long. That's the full size of the leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. The health on that plant is just amazing. And I can't remember. Let me see if it's in there. I don't remember. The place is called Tropicals. I don't think they have another name. Yeah, Tropicals. And that's their email. In case you guys are interested in checking out their other plants, they have really good stuff. And I got to tell you, the prices were really good because they usually go for a lot more. But the prices were excellent. Now we're going to turn this around and go into my work area because there's something that I had to put in here because, by the way, excuse me, we've had a hurricane or tropical storm Nicole passing through Florida. That's why it took a little bit long in doing the haul. And it was really, really windy. So my yard right now, you can't really see it on film. It looks fine through film, but my yard is full of leaves and branches that we need to clean out. But I had to wait for all this wind to go. But check out, do you guys see what I got? A beautiful pink princess. And actually there's 3 in there. I put it in here so they don't keep toppling over. But check out this beautiful, beautiful pink princess. I'm going to actually put these under the trees because here at the ranch, everything seems to thrive when you put them under the trees, especially any anthuriums or aroids. Aroids love it here, and Hoyas do too. So I've been wanting to own one of these for ages, and they're just too expensive. But over at Krull-Smith, they actually were affordable. These were $35 each. I could not believe it. See, this is the size, the 4-inch cups. Let me do this so you can really see. That's just one of them. So $35 for this, guys. I've seen this for $100 on Etsy, and even smaller than this. So I was super happy when I saw it. I'm like, Julian, I need them all. I told him I want to put him here in my yard, and they've been here at my place. So he told me that, he says, with your setting and your environment, they're going to do wonderfully. He says the leaves are going to get massively huge and super pink. So I am so happy that I finally got not one, but 3 pink princesses. It's just adorable. I'm in love, I'm in love. All right, that's my haul, but I am going to show you something else before I close up my channel. I wanted to show, I don't know if you guys know what a Monstera andansonii is, but it's what they call the Swiss cheese plant. And this is a fine example of planting your house plants under trees if you have the ability or the location to do it. This is a plant that I did not know that the leaves got this big. But look at this. She is so happy up here. She's giving me blooms. And if you guys know about the Monstera deliciosa, which is the bigger leaf that produces the same flower, but also that stem in the center that you see there, that's a fruit, and it's edible, and it tastes like pineapple, and I think they told me pineapple and kiwi, or pineapple and banana. That's what it was, pineapple and banana. Now I've had Monstera fruit, not this one, but the Monstera deliciosa, and it is exactly what the name says. It is delicious. It's like a custard of pineapple, banana, and strawberry. It's just something that if you never tried it, please try to taste it one day. It's unreal. And look at the size. Hold on. Look at the size of these leaves. It's pretty windy, guys, still, so look at that. Now I'm going to show you. I have another one here that I planted a couple of months ago. I would say like 8 months ago. And she finally took. They do take a long time to acclimate to their environment when you put them on the ground. So I put this one on the ground, I would say about 6 to 8 months ago. And now she's finally taking off. Once they take off like this, it's a done deal. But this is how you see them in the stores. They're tiny. You can see them at Home Depot. You can see them online. They're not cheap plants. They're on the expensive side. I had seen the prices gone down a bit during the pandemic. They were pretty high up there, but now the price, you can probably pick these up at a Home Depot or Lowe's. But before, you could only find them like on Etsy or eBay. And this is a cutting from that other one I just showed you. Most of my andansonii are all cuttings from just one plant. And I have another one in the greenhouse that's on a stake trellis, and it's doing wonderful. So if you guys have a yard and you have trees, try putting your house plants outside and watch what happens. They turn into something else. All right, it's such a beautiful day. I just got out of work, and I was like, you know, today would be a good day to do it. It's already been a couple of days. The wind has slowed down. The storm is almost gone away from Florida. Oh, where am I going? I gotta grab my little handle so I can say goodbye. All right, guys, let me flip this around. Morris was right next to me meowing, so I figured let me do it, because if I don't carry him, he'll be meowing the entire time that I'm talking. Anyways, that is it for the haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun shopping over at Krull-Smith. They are such an amazing family. Thank you so much, Frank, for opening your nurseries to us. And thank you so much for inviting us to your beautiful, beautiful home, which is absolutely breathtaking. And your whole staff, everybody's just so wonderful there. Thank you so, so much. I can't wait to go back. It's always like, I feel like, you know, when you go like to Disney or something like that and you come back and you have like that feeling that, oh, I wish I was back there again. That's what it feels like to me when I leave Krull-Smith. It's just such a love fest. Okay, he's got enough. It's such a love fest, as you guys saw in the second video at the very end, the highlights. That's exactly how it is. It's just a good place, great energy. Orchid people are just great energy people. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for giving us such an incredible weekend. And of course, the wonderful vendors, Brethren, Spring Waters, SVO, Tropicals, I mean, Ophies, everybody that was there was so amazing. And the barbecue, we all got together and we all kind of just took off our hats and just became all like buddies at one time at night. And it was a great experience. I never had done that before, but for me, it was such an excellent experience. And having my partner there with me was even more special because he's never done this with me. So it was really, really cool. So I just wanted to tell you guys that because I didn't want to forget to thank you guys for it. So love you guys all. Until next time, I am Nelson. You're watching Nature Nell, and remember to always, always keep it green. See you next time.